Back in 2014, long before Don't Say Gay legislation or any sort of anti-critical race theory legislation was put into place in many states across the country, I tried to do a lesson on marriage equality with one of my colleagues in our fifth grade classrooms. And this was shortly after it was legalized in the state of Illinois. To make a very long story short, we got in a great deal of trouble for trying to do this lesson. LGBTQ issues at the time were considered controversial topics and very inappropriate for children. And so the remainder of that school year was very challenging, very traumatic for me as an openly gay, openly queer teacher of elementary school children. I faced my principal asking to go through my library to look for inappropriate books. My evaluation was lowered. And I was also met with surprise visits from high-level administrators in the district. At the time, the rationalization for not talking about LGBTQ plus issues or marriage equality issues was that it was inappropriate and that maybe in 5 or 10 years, things would get better. And here we are, 8 years later, and things haven't gotten better. In fact, things have gotten worse. And that is why I would like to come to South by Southwest EDU and talk about censorship in the classroom. I have firsthand experienced the discrimination that comes from anti-LGBTQ policies in classrooms. And I see it rolling out, or I see it continuing to roll out in classrooms across the country, and not just in red states that have this legislation. There are lots of ways that schools, even in blue states, even in very liberal cities, that teachers are silenced, either from talking about race, talking about gender, talking about sexuality, talking about all the things that make us human. And we have to start a conversation about it. And so I'd like to do that this upcoming year at South by Southwest, not only raising awareness about this issue, but also giving teachers some practical tips for how they can disrupt this censorship in their classrooms. And so I hope you'll welcome me back this year to share my story as an openly queer educator over the past decade, and partner with teachers to provide and also generate some more tips for how to continue to disrupt this in our classrooms. Thank you so much for your consideration.